Hi, good day. My name is Elfreda, Jonker. I'm the Client Portfolio Manager at Alphinity Investment Management. Today I have Andrey Mironenko with me. He's one of our domestic analysts and has recently been to the UK on a technology trip. So Andrey, welcome. And as a starting point, tell us, where did you go and who did you meet?
Sure. I went to London and Birmingham, of all places. Birmingham is a very exciting location, of course,
Yes.
because it's the site of a local government conference, which was an event I was very excited to attend, because that's a core growth market for Technology One. And so it was really instrumental to understanding that opportunity.
Okay.
I do this trip every year, pretty much, focused largely on Xero and Technology One, but also other ASX technology companies. And it always involves meeting local company management, their competitors, their ecosystem partners, their channel partners, their customers, industry consultants, and so forth. So it gives you this really good multifaceted view from different perspectives on how the company is doing, and ultimately what are the opportunities to surprise on earnings positively and negatively, which is, of course, what we are trying to figure out in our process.
Very interesting. So let's talk about the two companies that you do like and own in the portfolios, being Xero and Technology One. Can you give us some highlights on what did you learn that really reaffirmed your investment case on those two businesses?
Yeah, actually, I came back more bullish on both companies. So Technology One, I now realize, has a much bigger opportunity in local governments in the UK than I thought. I was already bullish on this opportunity, but there are a few specific factors which I learned from being on the ground. So one is, in the UK, there is a government push to consolidate local governments. So because a lot of them are subscale, it's inefficient to do it this way, so they have to merge, and like 2, 3, 4 local governments will be merged into one.
Okay.
This creates a powerful opportunity for Technology One for a few reasons. One, it creates a churn event for the existing enterprise resource planning software that they have. So Technology One, of course, provides financials and HR and payroll software to these councils, and this is very sticky software. And so normally, in normal course of business, it's hard to get them to change.
Yeah.
Which is good, because once you win it for Technology One, it's a sticky business, but it means it's also hard to break in. But this consolidation will create a natural churn event, because each consolidated council will have to decide, okay, what will be our software?
Yeah.
And that's where the second reason comes in. It's such a good opportunity for Technology One. So from speaking to multiple IT managers at different councils at that local government conference in Birmingham and some other meetings, what I hear is Technology One software is highly regarded. It's the only true modern cloud software offering in this finance HRP space, specifically for local governments. And they are the only ones who are offering the SaaS Plus implementation model, where Technology One takes on the implementation risk, guarantees much faster implementation. These councils are very risk averse. They are very afraid of being in the newspaper because implementation is blown out. So for them, it's extremely well-resonating offering. So combination of all of that, this natural churn event, strong software, unique SaaS Plus offering, positions them, as these consolidations happens over the next 2 or 3 years, to win a lot of these councils, which is a fantastic opportunity for them.
Exactly.
And that's over the next 2 or 3 years. And then if you look longer term, another thing which I now understand better, which kind of knew before, but it's always good to hear it from the horse's mouth, from the actual people using the software, is councils in the UK have a much broader functionality than in Australia. So they don't just collect rates and give approvals and manage some assets. They also manage schools and social care and even like transfers to vulnerable population and so forth. And so all of this requires software to manage as well. And so their software spend is actually much larger because the budgets are much larger. And nobody in the market has a combined offering of all of this. So it's all piecemeal, it's all legacy, all software.
So they can consolidate all of that.
That's right. So if you look at what they've done in Australia historically, they've bought small players, they've rewritten the software, they're very good at strong at R&D, and they've built this very strong consolidated offering, which gave them the dominant market position they have in Australia today.
Okay.
So I think over the long term, they could do similar, they pursue
Yes.
similar and execute a similar strategy in Technology One, which makes this local government a much bigger opportunity, both over the next 1 to 3 years, but also over the long term.
Okay, and if we pivot to Xero, tell us what were your sort of key thoughts on that one?
For Xero, I think also the opportunity is bigger than the market expects. So one driver of that is it's making tax digital. So everybody knows about making tax digital, but I think the probably what is better than I expected is how much of that opportunity is available to Xero.
Okay.
So again, making tax digital is a multi-year program where a lot of smaller and smaller businesses who are registered for income tax will have to be reported quarterly, and most of them will end up using software for it. Now, there are many offerings in the market, but Xero's market position is very strong. So they are no longer just one of top 2 players with QuickBooks, they're a clear number 1 now.
Yeah.
This is driven by a number of factors. Some of them I think we discussed after my research trip last year. But the result of all of that is out of every 10 new cloud software subscriptions, accounting cloud software subscriptions sold in the UK, 5 goes to Xero.
Okay.
So about 1 million small businesses will be coming onto software every year for the next several years through making tax digital. So if they could win not even 50% of that, but let's say 20-25% of that, that would already be ahead of market expectations. Now it comes at lower ARPU, so lower revenue per user, just because these are very small businesses and it's a simpler offering. But in terms of the subscriber growth, I think that's an underappreciated opportunity, given that strong incremental market share that they are enjoying.
Okay.
In addition to that, another topical aspect of Xero has been AI products.
Yes.
So they've launched Just Ask Xero maybe a few months ago. So far, the feedback hasn't been great. I think not many people are using it, and those who use it don't get much value out of it. But what I've learned on this trip is they are working on a set of more specific, deeper AI workflow automation tools for accountants, and they've already shown this to some select accountants. And now you cannot get too much feedback on this, but at least they are deeper products, more real automations, and there is a real demand from accountants now for AI products, because with this quarterly filings for all the small businesses where you can charge less, but you will have to now file quarterly instead of annually, accountants need the help to do the work without kind of hiring a lot of people because they cannot afford it within that fee. So the market is much riper for adoption of those AI tools, and Xero is working to launch some of those tools.
Very exciting, and particularly for Australian investors to gain access to some of these broader markets and exciting themes such as AI. So thank you, Andrey. And for more information from Andrey and specifically detail on this trip, please visit alphinity.com.au and have a look at our insights section. Thank you.
Thank you, Elfreda.